What's up guys? Today I'm going to be changing my track brake pads back to street on my OEM E92 M3 calipers, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. Alright, starting out with the tools, you'll need a ratchet and a 7mm hex socket, a really big screwdriver, a medium-sized screwdriver, a caliper piston compressor, and a block of wood to help you compress the piston. You'll also need a 17mm socket and breaker bar to remove your wheels, and you'll also need to raise your car and secure it with jack stands. If you need to know how to raise your car, here's a link and video to show you how to do it. Okay, first step is to remove the anti-rattle clip, and to do that you'll need to grab your biggest screwdriver. The trick here is to wedge the screwdriver and decompress it, and it comes out just like that. Next, you'll want to remove the caliper pin dust covers, and they look like this. There's two of them, and they're located behind the caliper. As you can see, the top one here I already removed. The bottom one is still intact, which you can see I'm removing here. Once you remove the dust pins, go ahead and grab your ratchet and 7mm Allen wrench and open the caliper pins. Next, grab your medium screwdriver and pry in between the caliper and the caliper bracket to push the piston back. Once you finish prying, the caliper should just come right off. Go ahead and remove your brake pads. They are held in with some clips and should pop right out. At this stage, you might need to use a caliper piston compressor, but I didn't need to because the pads I was replacing it with were similar thickness. It's also important to make sure you don't let the caliper hang on the brake line, otherwise you may damage it. It's also a good idea to clean all the contact points. I didn't in this video because I was simply switching to street pads, and in a couple of weeks I'm going to be switching back to track pads again. Once you get the brake pads into the caliper and the caliper onto the bracket, make sure the caliper pins are aligned with the holes. Then you can go ahead and tighten them down. And just make sure you don't over tighten. The torque spec for these are 22 foot-pounds. Once both caliper pins are tightened, go ahead and put your dust boots back on. Reinsert the anti-rattle clip, and the orientation of it is to have the tab facing the front of the car. And the trick here is to have the top tab and bottom tab aligned as shown here. Then all you gotta do is compress the spring mechanism and push the tab in. And that's it, you're done with the front caliper. Now let's move to the rear. Now the rear caliper is very similar to the older style BMW calipers. You'll find this same type of rattle clip on the E36 and E46 M3. The easiest way I've found is to use two screwdrivers to pop it out as so. The rest of the process is very similar to the front. Go ahead and remove the caliper pin dust boots and remove the caliper pins. Use your medium-sized screwdriver to pry against the bracket and the caliper. Pop your old brake pads off and pop in your new ones. Again, Again, at this stage, you might need to use your piston compressor tool. In this case, I got away with further prying against the caliper and the bracket. Once everything's aligned, go ahead and retighten your caliper pins, top and bottom. Reinsert your dust boots, and reinstall your anti-rattle clip with the arrow pointing towards the front of the car. And that's it. Congratulations, you have swapped your brake pads. Hope you guys liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys.